What is happening, guys? Welcome to the video. I just want to apologize for kind of the spontaneousness of this video. Usually Mondays is more of a vlog style video, but just with work and prep and stuff, that just wasn't able to happen. So I thought when I was working out today, I'm like, you know what? We're gonna film today's workout, and we're gonna give you guys my top 3 back training tips. Now, for me, back was an area that my coach wanted. I think train back, the pump is unreal, and the photos look great. So I'm happy to say that progress has indeed been made. So here we go, my top 3 back training tips. If back is an area that you need to work on, then try these exercises, try these tips, put them into effect, and let me know how it goes for you. Remember, results take time, and it's not going to happen overnight. It's been a solid year of me working on my back, so keep that in mind. So, first tip I got for you here is to pre-activate your lats before you get into the bigger movements. So, at the beginning of this workout and every Monday pull workout, I start with cable pullovers and some band pull-aparts. Now, the pullovers are directly for the lats to get them warmed up, and then the band pull-aparts are more so for kind of the rear delts and the smaller muscles of the upper back. So right now, I've been doing it with the bar, but I'll switch it up. Sometimes I'll use a rope, and I'll change my hand position just to change it up. But right now we're using the bar for 4 sets total of 20 reps. So not an overly heavy load, but by the 4th set, the lats are fatigued, they're feeling it, and they're pretty pumped up and ready to go when you get into your bigger movements, more lat, you know, the typical lat exercises that you do, pull downs, rows, that kind of stuff. So starting with the pull-aparts and the pullovers just gets the lats warmed up, and a lot of people struggle with feeling their lats you know, when they're training. So I find by getting them pre-exhausted, by getting them warmed up, they're primed and ready to go and do more work than if you went into your bigger exercises cold. So pre-activate, tip number 1. Tip number 2 is diff can be hit from 100 different angles. You can pull straight on, you can pull on a 45-degree angle, 65-degree angle, 90-degree angle. You can pull from high to low, low to high, back and forth. You can hit your lats many different ways, and I'm a big fan of switching up how you hit them. Whether you're using a cable from a high pulley or from a low pulley, or if you're doing, you know, dumbbell rows, doing them from a different angle than you did the week before, like just switching up how you hit your lats is huge. And for me, that's been something that has worked well for me. Now, mind you, the last little bit, I found exercises that have really worked for me, and I've been sticking with them. But I've been prone to switching up my exercises, you know, every 4 to 6 weeks. Might not be all of them, might be just one, but finding ones that feel good for me, finding different pulling movements that I can feel my lats, finding the right angles for me, give me most bang for my buck, because everybody's different, right? Everybody's levers are different, they feel different, you know, exercises more so than others, and different muscles work. So find what angles, what pulling movements work for you, and then run with them. Find those ones that you can really feel your lats contract, especially doing that pre-activating stuff first. Find the ones that all of a sudden are like, whoa, my lats are burning, they're fatiguing, and then run with those. Don't let your ego take charge. This is kind of a mini tip for you guys. A lot of people go way too heavy on their back movements, and that, you know, isn't always the best idea. Of course, there's a time and a place to move some weight around, but I find for people that really struggle with hitting their lats, then drop the weight back, really feel that movement, feel those lats contract, feel, you know, if you're doing like a pull down like I'm doing in this video, feel like you're pulling your shoulder blades back. You're not just trying to use your arms to pull that weight to your chest. Use your lats, use your back to drive down and squeeze back and get the most out of that movement. And if it means cutting your weight in half for a little bit and making sure you can feel it, then that's fine. Remember, we're bodybuilders, we're bodybuilding, we're trying to build our body, not put hundreds of pounds on the pull down machine just to say we can do it. I've honestly found dialing it back and doing more focus, just really focus on the muscles work, that is where the magic happens. That's where you get the most out of it. So just tip number 2 is those different angles, and then mini tip is finding what works for you. That's the biggest one, guys. Tip number 3, and this is one that I've been doing forever, ever since I started working out. I couldn't tell you where I first came across this. Might have been in a magazine, might have been watching videos, might have been talking to somebody. But hooking your hands versus actually grabbing the handle, right? So when I say hooking my hands, I mean putting my thumb, you might notice if you watch back the Pulldowns and stuff, putting my thumb over top of the bar and using my hands just as hooks to pull down versus grabbing the bar and wrapping my thumb around. That enables me to hit my lats a little bit more, and it might work for you as well. I find that if I actually grab the bar or the handle or the cable, whatever, that my forearms and my biceps might do more work than I want them to. And remember, we're trying to train our back, right? There's a time and place to train forearms and biceps, but that's not what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to hit our back. So whatever you can do to hit your back more, then do that. So for me, I've seen great benefit in putting my thumb around, you know, the handle, and then thinking about driving my elbows down and squeezing back versus just pulling the weight towards me, right? It seems kind of weird, and it takes getting used to. A lot of people at first struggle with it, but once they kind of run with it for a little bit, I've had people say that it's made a world of difference in their back training. And again, it's one of those things where you might need to dial the weight back a little bit because, you know, you're not holding on as securely as you may when you wrap your thumb around. So try it out, right? I find there's movements that it works and movements that it doesn't. Pull downs and stuff where the weight is above you and you can just hook your hands. Pull ups is another one where you can just hook your hand a bit better versus, you know, a row where you kind of have gravity pulling the weight out of your hand. It's not as easy to hook your hand around for a dumbbell or a barbell row, for example. But find those exercises again that work for you where you can wrap that thumb around and hook your hands in, and then think about driving back. And another little mini tip when you're doing that is to keep most of your pressure kind of through your pinky and ring finger. I find that really helps kind of, you know, give me a mental cue of, okay, I'm not trying to pull the weight, I'm trying to draw it back with my back, not so much pull it with my arms. So weights on the pinky and ring finger, thumb is looped around, not grabbing the bar, and then driving the elbows back, squeezing the shoulder blades together on every single rep, and getting that good solid contraction with the back. Make sure too you're getting that full range of motion. Lats are one muscle group that doesn't get that full range a lot of the time. A lot of people kind of shortchange the reps. So really open those shoulder blades up, get that full stretch, and then squeeze back on every single rep. And that should take your back training to a new level. So thanks for watching, guys. My 3 back training tips for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed this video. We are now in the 19 weeks out from show day, almost. So we getting there. Every single week we're getting there. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.